Bryan Mbeumo's second bid has been really submitted by the club of Manchester United, and you're waiting to hear from the side of Brentford on as to where they haven't gone ahead, obviously give us a positive response after that bid has been submitted. Remember, the first bid was really put in on Thursday and it got rejected. Second bid lauded, and hopefully all goes on well as planned. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and let's obviously see to that we really get into the best way possible. So Bryan Mbeumo, second bid submitted. That's what you're really having right about now. So Man United have held internal meetings in the last few days in which they are now planning for a second bid for Bryan Mbeumo. Growing feeling of confidence internally now, Mbeumo publishing to join, having given priority. That is it. And then, after that, Fabrizio Romano came up with a post. Man United again in direct club-to-club contact with Brentford for Bryan Mbeumo. Second proposal already after £45 million plus £10 million rejected, as United are ready to get closer to Cunha valuation. Mbeumo has been clear he wants Manchester United. So United, we are doing all this, and they're like, you rejected the first one, let's obviously try to really make an improved bid. And obviously after all that, United went ahead to put in the best proposal possible, and Jacobs Ben reported yesterday that Manchester United's second bid has now been placed for Bryan Mbeumo and is over £60 million. So I think this is exactly what the side of Brentford really wanted. Remember, they wanted £50 million, right, guaranteed, and £10 million of add-ons that are really performance based, but they don't want those performances to be based onto the entire club. They want those performances to be based onto the player. Like, for example, if he scores 10 goals, all 20 goals in the league, such and such amount of money is really expected. If he keeps himself fit for like 80-90% of the season, some money will be thrown into the job cohort there. And if player best clauses, not these clauses of if United qualifies for the Champions League, we give you this amount of money. If we win the FA Cup, we give you this amount of money. If we win the Carling Cup, we win this amount of money. Win the Premier League, Champions League. They don't want those. They want clauses that are really realistic. And I think by the end of this weekend, that deal will be done and dusted, and Man United will be having Mbeumo as their player. Second signing in a space of like 2 weeks, though the deal of Cunha really took some time, but this one hasn't. Sorry about that. This one hasn't even taken a lot. You understand? This one hasn't really taken a lot as far as everything is really concerned. So we are waiting to see how things really pan out in here onto the United Matters channel, because we're here to let everything really move on as planned. So thank you for watching in this channel, and we are always here to see to it that we really give you the best that you people deserve. And I'll tell you what, we will continue to bring you more about Bryan Mbeumo, because more stories are really arising. But here we go today, won't really look any further. You understand? That is it. And we're here to look through all what we are really getting in through. So Jason Wilcox has been promoted to Manchester Director of Football. Sir Dave Bracewell has stepped back from his day-to-day role at the club and will focus instead on in-house duties, as first called by Luton Times. Manchester United now view their leadership structure as firmly in place. Omar Berrada as CEO. Wilcox as director of football, and Mark Armstrong leading the club's commercial arm as chief business officer. So, where is Christopher Veville? Because I think he was the best candidate for this, as he has been doing this job for some time. But I think Omar Berrada has decided to obviously get in his mate that he was with at Man City before he went to Southampton to see to it that he really becomes the sporting director in there. So we expect him to be leading all these discussions of these players coming in through and telling us exactly what United is obviously going to be doing that. So let's wait and see, because if you're talking about experience, he's not all that an experienced person in what he's doing, especially at the elite level where United is playing football right now. But if you look at what is it called? If you look at Manchester United and where they want to go, maybe they want to do what Arsenal did. Remember, Arsenal went ahead to give Edu this role, and he had never even worked in Europe. He was working in Corinthians, and he came through at Arsenal, and where Arsenal is right now, it's all the works of Edu. And Omar Berrada looks like if Arteta did it, we can also do it. Let's get in a person who is really good at scouting players, negotiate deals, and let's grow with him. And when we will reach a level of wanting to bring in a reputable sporting director, then we will. Because the reputable one that we brought him through, Dan Ashworth, went ahead to obviously not work the right way, and he never even lasted 6 months at the club of Manchester United. So that's exactly what you're really having in here for for Jason Wilcox. And so far so good. Matthias Cunha in, Mbeumo in. And I'm really excited for what he's doing. Why am I excited? Because ever since all of the times here, I talked about how our creative department is really lacking. Now, they've brought in 2 players whose creativity is really way out of this world. Bryan Mbeumo, I think had 10 assists. Matthias Cunha also had, I think, like a double figure of assists. So, if they are playing behind any number 9 that United is going to be using next season, I tell you what, it will really get us the best that we deserve in as a club of Manchester United. So, we are waiting to see how work will go on. But I think so far so good. And I know we will even go for Victor Gyökeres provided we sell. Now, for the incomings, he's really doing great. Now, for the outcomings, because for me to rate a transfer window, I have to look at both. I have to look at both. The incomings and outgoings. And the incomings and outgoings are really doing. For the incomings, we are doing great. For the outgoings, we are not doing great. I want to see us letting go of Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Garnacho as said, Rasmus Højlund as expected. Those 5-6 players out. We need to offload them, because the other ones that left, their contracts had gone ahead to run down. Had gone ahead to obviously run down. So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below, as Mbeumo's second bid has been submitted by Manchester United. What do you think? Are they going to accept it, or they are not going to accept it? What's your take onto Jason Wilcox becoming the new sporting director for the club of Manchester United? And do you think he has the mantle to build Manchester United and take us to where we deserve to be as a club, to our lost glory, back to our lost glory? I just can't wait to see what your reactions are into the comment section below. Rokan David is my name. Sign out. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, Europe. Oh, Europe, I think it's good morning. But in North America, it's good night. See you in the next video. And let's see what we are coming back with onto this beautiful channel of ours. Bye bye.